Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 2026 Transportation Commission, the first meeting of the year. It is January 8th, and I am Inumi Bikoya, the Transportation Commission Staff Liaison. This meeting is being recorded, so please turn up your mics and Teams if you are not speaking. Before we start with any agenda items, are there any citizen comments on items not on the agenda? Hearing none, I will turn the meeting over to Chairman Maratovich with the only agenda item, which is the calendar adoption.
Yes, thank you. Thank you all for coming. I don't know if everyone's had an opportunity to look at the calendar. Inumid and I discussed it earlier this week. Between the two of us, we didn't see anything problematic. Usually the thing is like, do we have enough time to weigh in on the county budget? And in this case, we do. The formula is pretty simple, right? And it's like the date of the basically 19 days before the county board meeting. That's how everything was set. So let me know if there are any objections or concerns to the schedule as is. Otherwise, ready to approve it. What about you, Commissioner Lane? Tell me, because we have the Planning Commission dates on there as well. And do you think everything? Yeah. Yeah, Commissioner Lane told me was looking at him right now. And I have or Ms. Bakoya. Ms. Bakoya, I have a question. If we were to change one of these dates later on, what is the process for that? How much notice needs to be provided? 3 days notice? Okay. So we always have that option.
So Thursday, April 2nd is the week would conflict with the week of spring break?
No, the week of spring break, oh, it is. No, that's right. It's yeah, that's the very end of spring break this year.
Okay.
So that's true. I thought it was the following week, but it's not. It is the week of the 2nd.
And that one would be virtual, right? Because it's every other?
Yes. If we do every other.
Okay. I'm just asking.
Yep.
Yeah, why don't we say now that that one will be virtual, since I know we have parents who have APS kids.
I know for sure I will not make that meeting, whether virtual or not. So if we know enough others who will hit that problem, then maybe we need to reassess that date.
Spring break is the 30th through the 3rd. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Fairfax is the week before, maybe, because I will be out that week.
Yeah, I think make that one
Yeah.
virtual.
Because we would need to go before Planning Commission in that schedule, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's either make that virtual or move it to 2 weeks before.
They will, because no, actually, I will be out I will be gone also. I won't be, because I wouldn't be able to do that Thursday, April 2nd. I'll be out of the country.
Mhm.
Yeah, too.
I'll also be out of town, but I can probably make it virtually, so that's a good fit.
Okay.
Well, if you'll be out that week, why don't we put it back?
Yeah, April 2nd is, it turns out Fairfax is out that same week.
So why don't we move it to the Thursday before, which doing
It's March
easy math, 28th? Okay, yeah.
26th,
26th.
yeah,
Can I ask how many virtuals we are allowed to have during the course of a year?
every other. So
Yeah,
you can
okay.
do
Every other.
Traditionally, the kind of the summer one, correct me if I'm wrong, like the July, June one has usually been virtual.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not maybe recalling that perfectly.
we always do November for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's every other one. We can't have two virtual in a row. And the one before Thanksgiving is always virtual.
Do we
So-
need to actually schedule a second virtual? Could we just leave that open until we realize maybe we have a meeting like this, that it doesn't make sense?
Yeah, we could. I mean, we don't need to commit right now.
Right, let it be a floater and then we
Yeah.
can decide later.
We can have two meeting in person
And
in a row.
We're no longer limited to two.
Yeah.
It's
Oh, we're not-
just every other.
we
Oh,
just
okay.
can't do
Can't have
two in a row.
row.
Yeah, exactly.
So we can have 6 virtual in 1 year.
But we're allowed to wait to decide?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, even last year we had one meeting where we just switched it to virtual because it was such a light agenda. As long as we provide, does the 3-day notice rule work for that as well? Okay.
Given the absences we know we're going to have going into it, though, with both commissioners on the other side of you, I would still vote to push it to the 26th of March instead of April 2nd.
I'm fine with that. Does anyone have any objections?
I'm a lousy example for both these because both those dates I'm not going to be in the
Yeah.
country, but that probably won't be the case for others.
I will not be able to make either in person, but virtually will be fine too. So
Okay.
whatever you want to do is good.
Well,
The 26th, but virtual. And we
yeah.
know that.
Also, we're going to be having some new commissioner joining us soon. So we plan on filling out the full commission. And
Good.
all right, great. What is he saying? Oh, okay. All right.
Great.
Yeah. Well, are you going to be able to be at the March 26th
Yeah.
meeting? Okay.
Yes.
All right, then let's let's do that, and we can adjust if needed. But I mean, my biggest potential concern is that whether DES and staff will have anything for us that closely after another meeting. So yeah, yeah, but yeah. But we can agree to this now and then potentially readjust if needed.
Well, just the second is also Passover. So
When is Passover? The 26th?
April 1st to April 9th.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So it'll be good then to get it before Passover begins.
Is there? Oh, wait. I think I'm getting confused at the headings. So Planning Commission is meeting April 6th and April 8th. Yeah. I was wondering, frankly, why the planning commission is meeting so early in advance of the county board meeting. So the county board meeting is April 18th and planning commission is meeting 12 days before that, which I guess that's normal actually. No, that's standard.
Could I make a proposal on the virtual in-person splits to see a reaction for everyone?
Absolutely.
If we make it so that these ones would be virtual, February 5th, March 26th, we would then do back-to-back in-persons April 30th and May 28th, which would then allow us to do July 2nd virtually, October 1st virtually, and then that would align us for the November 23rd virtual. Does that sound like a good tentative
Yeah, I have
plan
no
to
objection
everyone?
to those. No, let's be careful because sometimes our being able to sit around here and talk really does make a
Yeah.
difference. We have some heavy stuff coming up.
Mhm.
The only thing I'm saying, I'm open to it, but we might want to, for some of the big ones, especially if there's a lot of public interest in it, it really should then be in person.
Is there a reason we always have the November meeting as virtual?
Because people are traveling a lot for Thanksgiving.
That makes sense. Thinking to the last November meeting, it was a heavy one. Would that have been better to be in person?
Well, we can't really predict what's going to be a heavy meeting and what isn't.
That's why I'm saying leave it open and then we
Yeah.
can decide as each one comes up.
Yeah, so maybe we remove virtual from anything because as you were saying, it's not something we have to decide right now. Right. Yeah.
Which is unfortunately also when we'll get the agenda. So we'll have to basically receive the agenda and then immediately decide.
Oh,
Right.
so we would know how many things were on the docket.
Yeah, we pretty much know which are the hot items.
So, right, yeah. I think November was a really good example that, and this was the one meeting last year that I did not attend, but that would have been one that I think, yes, it was long, but in person because of how stacked.
Conversely, it was a little bit easier for the conversation to not be interrupted so frequently because of the virtual controls. We would have had a little bit more of confrontation around that, I think, had we been in person. It's just a observation of what happened in that meeting.
I don't even remember what that meeting was
That
about.
was the one where
That was
a number of speakers continued to comment, especially in the comments and interrupting presentations.
Well, that's up
after.
to us to,
That was River House?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
that's up to us to control.
Yeah.
that.
That was once we took away the ability of people to
Mhm.
write in the chat
Yeah.
and raise their hand,
did,
you know,
yeah,
it
it did
was
result in that.
managed.
Yeah.
So, I think I'm still supportive of that being a virtual meeting.
Okay.
Because people are on the move that week.
Yep.
Yes, please. Yeah.
Yeah, sounds good.
I think I like the idea of setting right now in-person virtual alternating, and then we can adjust if needed. Make corrections, because otherwise we don't want to have a discussion every coming up every time we're about to have a meeting. Are we doing it in person or not? So let's have it written down. This one's going to be in person. Next one's going to be virtual, and then if we see that there's going to be a heavy agenda item, like Ms. Obikoye, you and I were discussing that February 5th will probably be a light agenda item, potentially only Lucky Gardens. You know, if that ends up being a huge agenda item, then if more things come on the agenda, then we can meet in person. But I think having something agreed to in advance and then making adjustments later would be better, rather than saying, no, you know, we'll decide as it comes. Please. Yes.
I was going to ask that we stay more in person. I do think the discussions are better in person. I'd prefer to have as many as possible be in person, and then we add in virtual as needed.
I agree.
I'm good with that too.
I'll be a dissenting voice that it is a lot easier with parenting and childcare to have the flexibility for virtual, even if just to be able to help around the house up to the moment of the meeting. But I'll also defer to if that is, you know, the desire. I can always say, you know, I can't make a particular meeting in person.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Would you be able to, I think you coming in and saying, I don't have childcare, just like me coming in and saying, I don't have childcare, I would take that as a, okay, we should do it virtually. I would just rather not put a virtual meeting on just because it's light in February and then March 5th rolls around and you or I don't have childcare, but we have to be in person.
Yep. No, that's fair. If that's the approach of the majority, yeah, I'll yield to that.
I mean, we did it with alternating last year. Does anyone think that there was a problem with that?
I recall, if it's virtual, having less input from myself at least. It is easier for me personally to be in person and provide
Yeah.
commentary.
Parents with other obligations are always free to take virtual options for you. I plan on always being in person except for extreme circumstances.
I would say at the very least, I mean, I think that the summer one would, I don't know if that's a good one to have virtually or not. But I'm also like completely happy with having as many in person. I think that's,
I'm not saying we shouldn't have it. I'm saying we shouldn't, unless absolutely, like, we know there's going to be people that can only attend virtual right now in this moment. I think
got it.
unless, you know, that scenario, which is what we have for March 26th, we should put in person now.
Okay, how about this?
Okay.
With the exceptions, with the exception of the 2 days before or 3 days before Thanksgiving, all will be in person unless notified otherwise.
Okay.
And sure,
Happy with that.
okay.
I guess then the procedure would be to email you if
Yes.
we know we're going to be out in advance. as
Yeah,
soon as we know.
we're going to need to communicate amongst each other better if regarding our attendance a week in advance, so that we have time to switch to a virtual one.
Yep.
And so
Take that task on as a week before. I can send an email.
I mean,
out to the
there's
team.
no need to just, people need to be responsive. Sometimes even when you send that out, people are like, the day of, they're like, oh, something came up, I can't come.
Yeah,
So
I definitely understand.
yeah,
I also know that we get busy, and maybe having a week before reminder email of, hey, make sure you communicate.
Right, because remember, we had one meeting last year that we didn't have a quorum.
Yeah.
That would be helpful. I think that week before.
Okay.
That could
Yeah.
be.
Okay. Looks like this agenda item is resolved.
Yep. As of now.
I don't think we need to have a vote. If anyone is against, speak now. So it's a voice vote practically. Okay.
By acclamation.
What? Yeah, seeing no objection. Yeah. This is the schedule. Okay.
The only other thing is the annual adoption of the electronic meeting policy, which is what we're abiding by now. Nothing has changed with the policy. Do we have any amendments to it that go above and beyond what's there? Are you okay with what it is as it stands?
I'm fine with it as it was.
Okay. So we'll keep it the same.
Unanimous consent for that one.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that concludes that item too.
Okay, then. Thank you all for coming.
3 minutes.
I can give a quick
Yeah.
update on
Yeah.
the Arlington transportation
Please.
future for those who want to know. In December, the last meeting that we had was a report out on a number of subjects that have been brought up before, primarily around the draft policies, the draft modal priority networks that you all got to see the last time that we were in person, and curb lane uses. The results of this was that all the advisory group members put in their outputs of what was most noteworthy to them. Some of the report outs on this that came away were themes around wanting every goal to have a measurement, and that many of the commissions and committees felt as though the goals and the policies aren't necessarily with measures at this point. So helping to adopt more of that, asked county staff to elaborate on how progress to the goals will be measured in the future. And then they also noted that there's a cleaning and maintaining of the network during inclement weather events that needs to be something that's addressed, because that came up time and time again in the feedback from the different advisory group members. So the next meeting for this will be on February 4th, if I'm remembering right, but it's early February. And yeah, I don't know if we want to discuss having a different permanent second member to
Yeah.
review, but we're
We'll-
allowed to have two.
Yeah, we'll, I'm gonna let Commissioner Shannon take the lead on that. I spoke to him earlier this week, and then we'll resolve that once we have a clearer picture from him.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Any questions from anyone on that? That's it for me.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. Okay, great.